think about your day for a second. How many decisions have you had to make before you started listening to this podcast? Are you someone who plans your decisions, or do you make them up as you go? In fact, listening to this podcast was a decision in itself, and I'd say it's a pretty good one. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes life feels like this never-ending task list. You cross one thing off, and in 10 seconds, 11 more things get added. Decision after decision after decision. Well, here at Street Level, we found that many people were worried and planning their futures, especially in these totally precedented times. From college to job hunting to money to housing, the list goes on and on. Hey everyone, it's Taikira, creative editor right here at Mildsauce. And we invited 4 multimedia journalists to create podcasts in response to this season's theme, Growing Up. Let's hear Taylor maneuver through growing up from 3 different generations. Here is Life. I don't know what I'm doing.
I will be attending college in less than a year with little to no experience. There are many young adults that are unsure as to how to go about life, and that sometimes sets them back. Today, I will sit down with 3 people from all different generations and discuss some of the issues that are faced when growing up and how they overcome these problems. Part of me is afraid because I don't know what I'll be doing. For starters, I'm not sure that I'll be even financially ready. According to a new survey from Junior Achievement and Citizens Bank, more than 30% of teens don't believe they'll be financially independent from their parents by age of 30. I decided to talk to Ayana first. Seeing as though she is about to go off to college, I wanted to see how she is feeling about going through this process.
I just be really concerned with where I'm going to be at in life and what I'll be doing, if I'll be stable and prepared.
Learning that I'm not the only one that feels like this makes me feel a little bit better about this concept. Ayana explains how, although she has had a sense of independence, she hasn't truly experienced a life of her own.
Like, my whole life I've been dependent on them, so I don't think I'm really all the way ready yet, especially because I don't have my own source of income right now. So as of right now, I'm not ready, financially wise, but mentally I am prepared, but not financially, or when it comes to needing somewhere to live, not ready at all.
Although some teens may know exactly what they want to do in college, some people don't, or others don't even have a backup plan. According to a survey, an estimated 20 to 50% of students enter college on undecided, and an estimated 75% of students change their majors at least once before graduation.
So my plans for college are to major in psychology. That's what I want to do as a career as well. But if that doesn't work out, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing or what I want to do. I'm still looking into other jobs and careers I could do besides being in the psychology field.
This is all very new to us, and for the longest we have wondered, will this feeling ever change? The answer is in fact no. I sat down with Jaleesa, mother of a 2-year-old son, and asked her about how she felt as a young adult. I wanted to see if she felt any different than how Ayana and I are feeling now.
When I grew up, my parents didn't really let me do anything. So I was kind of scared to be on my own. When I did get on my own, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I was sheltered, so my mama did everything for me. By the time I got old enough to do things for myself, it was just okay, now what?
Clearly, even when she was younger, Jaleesa felt the exact same way that we do now, sheltered and unsure about what would be next.
The first time I was out on my own was when I went to school. And so I was going to Columbia, and I felt I had too much freedom, I guess. I'll say that. I had way too much freedom, and I was doing all the wrong things. And I was like, ooh, I can pick if I'm going to go to school or not, go to class today. Great, I'll stay in bed instead.
To be completely honest, I am just like Jaleesa. She mentions how when she went off to college, she went wild just because she didn't have the freedom that she usually has. And I feel like I'll be the same way. Jaleesa talks about the goals that she had for herself in college, but it seems like life took her on another journey.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a dancer. I didn't know how to make that happen, but I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So that was the goal. That was the plan. It was just be a dancer. I kind of achieved it, but not really. I wanted to be a professional dancer, dance for like background for different artists and stuff like that. But I did do a lot of professional dancing, but it wasn't for like artists that I wanted to be dancing for. I didn't have discipline. Like I said, I went to school for dance and I got kicked out of school because I was only going to my dance classes. I would literally skip like almost all of my other classes and I would only go to my dance classes. So I'm failing out of everything else except dance. So they kicked me out.
After getting kicked out of school, Jaleesa went to Atlanta to train with a professional choreographer. She felt as though that's where her dreams would actually come true. But yet again, life had another plan for her.
I moved to Atlanta to go train at a studio out there because I knew of a professional choreographer. He dances and choreographs for a lot of big names. So I felt like I wanted to go there where he was teaching. But then I had a baby and then I just felt like I needed to be a mom.
After coming back from Atlanta, Jaleesa now stays with her mother. According to Pew Research, in July of 2020, 52% of young adults ages 18 to 29 resided with their parents. Jaleesa is now 30 years old. This isn't surprising, seeing as though many young adults are not financially prepared to be out on their own, let alone live on their own. Although Jaleesa is only 30, she has a few things to say about what she has learned about life so far.
People continue to change. Adulthood, I think it's about change. It's about discipline. You have to know what you want to do. You have to have a plan. You have to continue to learn. And you're going to always continue to learn. You're going to learn from experiences. The things that I thought I wanted to do and the way I thought I wanted to do them when I was in high school is not what I did when I was in college. And then when I got to college, things that I wanted to do and the way I wanted to do those things is not what I did as an adult. I just continued to learn more and find better ways to do things. And you kind of just got to move with the change. Keep up with the change. Stay disciplined. Stick to your goals. Stick to your plan. I always have a plan. And time go by fast. Time go by really fast. And when you're not sticking to a plan, you kind of just living and wasting away. So it's really important to know those things early on. I wish I had somebody early on to tell me that.
After sitting down with Jaleesa, I thought that it was only right to sit down with her mother next. So that's exactly what I did. I spoke to Lisa, mother of Jaleesa. My first few questions pertain to Jaleesa and how Lisa felt about her going off to college, or why she was just growing up in general.
My daughter was not a bad person. She wasn't a busy person. So I think the most scary part was her leaving me and I'm being by myself. So I wasn't scared for her to go out and do what she wanted to do because I trust her. I brought her up the way that I thought she should be brought up. And she learned to do the right things. And she learned and took heed of what I said. So I didn't have to worry about her doing bad things. I kept her in church. She went to church. She knew what was what. And I didn't worry about her growing up. We had a good teenage years. I wasn't like that. I wasn't worried about that because she knows better. And then too, people are their own selves. And what she do around me, she may not do around everybody else.
Hearing Lisa talk about how she felt Jaleesa wouldn't do anything because she taught her well made me realize that it feels like my parents don't think the same about me. It feels like they don't think that I'm capable of doing things when they're not around, or even doing things when they are around. According to a study co-directed by Sarah Clark, about 1/4 of parents felt that they themselves were the main barrier to their teens becoming more independent. About 19% said it's easier if they just take care of tasks rather than leaving it up to their teen. And another 7% said they just don't think about how to give teens more responsibilities. After asking about Jaleesa, I asked Lisa about her own personal experiences with growing up. Lisa talks about how her main goal was to be a teacher, but that didn't go exactly as planned.
I wanted to be a teacher because I like little kids. I like to play with little kids and teach little kids. So that's what I wanted to be. That was my goal, to be a teacher. Didn't do that, but that's what I wanted to be when I was younger.
Instead of going to school for teaching, Lisa said she went to school for computer science. But turns out, this wouldn't be the job that she would pursue either. When it came to school, she said that she didn't go to a four-year college.
I went to a community college in Michigan for a year. Then I went to a technical college in Chicago. Then I did some college online. So I did a little bit of each one of them. I didn't go to a 4-year college. I was pretty much trying to work, trying to do my own thing, trying to work and get myself together. I didn't experience that college life like most people did.
Although she didn't experience the same things that other people did, Lisa mentioned that she was able to get to where she is now because she is capable of managing her money and she has managed to have worked since 16. This made me feel as though college is not needed for everyone to reach their personal success.
Because I work and I manage my money, I don't spend it on everything. I was able to buy my own house, I buy my own cars. I get a car, of course, every 4 or 5 years. I change cars, but I have to manage my money and not spend it on stupid stuff. And that's how I can get where I want to go. That's how I got where I am now.
Things might not have went the way she wanted them to go, but Lisa states that she is happy with how things have turned out.
I'm pretty happy with my life. The only thing missing, I don't have a husband, but that doesn't seem to be wanting to happen right now. So I won't say I don't have a family. I have a daughter and a grandson. I don't have a husband, but maybe it's not in the cards for me to have one, so I'm okay with that. But other than that, I'm satisfied how my life turned out. I'm sure things come up every day that you can learn. It's always spaces to learn stuff. So
my last question to her was, what do you suggest to young people entering adulthood?
Take your time. Don't let people talk you into stuff you don't want to do. Go to your own lane, stay in your own lane, do what you want to do. Make it happen. They can't live through you. You got to do what you want to do.
Overall, listening to both Julissa and Lisa made me realize a lot about adulthood. I've learned that things may not go as planned, but that doesn't mean that your life is over. It's okay to be unsure about what the future holds. The main goal is to always look ahead and not to dwell on what could have been done.
To follow the next story in the series, go to mildsauce.org. Mildsauce is affiliated with Street Level Youth Media, and Street Level is a program of Urban Gateways.